Washington misses out on an opportunity to win the NFC East title. And they lose to Carolina at FedEx Field. Hi, welcome to the Sideline Report. I'm Marvin Jackson, and I am with some of the best in the business. Donna, Hopkins, Lou Holder, and CBS anchor reporter, Sherree Burruss. Sherree, welcome. This is your first time with us.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here, and it's so good to see your faces again.
Yeah,
Sherree.
She's one of our old friends, and Sherree, I tell you, Washington loses out on an opportunity to clinch the title. Now they're going to have to win this upcoming week. But the big news is Dwayne Haskins being released by Washington. Kind of give your input on that. What do you think about that, and why did that happen?
I was honestly shocked when I first saw the alerts coming through Twitter that officially Washington moving on from Dwayne Haskins. First off, that the season isn't complete, but I wasn't completely shocked in the fact that it stemmed, I think from first him taking those selfies during a game and missing, taking a knee, and then getting fined twice for breaking COVID protocol, which when you have a head coach who just overcame cancer, not only are you putting your team at risk, your coach, I don't think that really shows the leadership, which, extends to him losing his C for captain. It just, a series of unfortunate events, I guess, would be the best way to describe sort of how this all unfolded with Dwayne. And, getting to chat with him when I was there in the DC area, he seems like a good kid. I don't really know Dwayne, all that well, but it seems like it's a really unfortunate situation. And there are so many young men out there who would absolutely do anything for a chance to play in the NFL. So I hope this is a good time for Dwayne to reflect and maybe take a step back and maybe reevaluate to kind of see where his priorities are, what he could have done different, that he might get another chance in the league with another team.
It's almost like it's always drama here in Washington from one thing to the other. And with them being on a push to make the playoffs and the way they came out and played that game, you thought that it was Carolina that was trying to make the playoffs. And now they're fighting for their life against Philadelphia to hope to win that game to move on to the playoffs. So I'm like Sherree, I think Dwayne Haskins is a good person overall, but he just came in and didn't realize what was at stake. Was I shocked? I thought that he would have been let go the week before, but the situation was what it was, is that with Alex Smith being out, still nursing that calf injury, then they had to go with Dwayne Haskins, but they found out that maybe they made a mistake there. So this team moving forward, Ron Rivera said from day one, he said that he was going to set a culture, and if you do things his way, then it'll fall on their shoulders. Well, Dwayne Haskins did not do things their way. And I believe that he'll get another chance in the NFL. When that is, we don't know. But right now, and I think he needs to step back and really, evaluate himself. Because like Sherree said, he had opportunity over and over again. But I like what J.J. Watt said after their loss, and he made that speech to the media. This is a game that they love to play. It's a kid's game. And any opportunity that you get and you don't take advantage of it, then shame on you. And I mean, I think that Dwayne Haskins listening to that speech is a lot he said in him moving forward. But this team, like I said, have one opportunity. They put pressure on themselves now that they've got to go up to Philadelphia on the road and hopefully pull that game out.
Lou, the quarterback position in football is probably the toughest job in team sports. Talk about that and why that made it a little harder for him as opposed to some of the other rookies.
Marvin, this is going to be passionate, so be ready. Marvin, Sherree, and Donna, I sent a picture to David, our producer, and I want him to put it up now because this picture kind of sums up everything that has happened in the last couple of years with Dwayne Haskins. The disengagement of this young man while teaching is going on was this young man's downfall. And like Sherree said, with the selfies and everything, he just didn't get it. He just didn't understand that the quarterback position in the NFL required so much more than just doing the minimal. You have to do so much more as an NFL quarterback to play this game. So you said to yourself, you know what? He went to a developmental program like Ohio State, but Terry McLaurin came in and he balled out. Chase Young came in and he balled out. One thing I don't want is I do not want this to be a racial issue, which is I'm just going to say it as it is, Marvin and Sherree and Donna and now Jason. It's not a racial issue. Because, you know, I heard Booger McFarland's comments and, you know, that the black quarterback or the black athlete doesn't take it seriously and is more interested in promoting his own brand. That's not, that is irresponsible for me for him to say that, because Kansas City's black quarterback isn't having a problem. Seattle's black quarterback isn't having a problem. Houston's black quarterback isn't having a problem. Baltimore's black quarterback isn't having a problem. So you can't paint with a broad brush that it's just all these black athletes who are not getting it. I think this is an individual who just did not understand what was going on. And look, it can't be a racial issue because the head coach is a minority. So if the head coach is a minority and giving you all these opportunities, look, all of us here know that if we messed up once, we would be in that room, we would be in that facility, making sure that our second and our third chance was going to be respectable, right? So I'm very disappointed, not just in Dwayne Haskins and the way he just squandered the opportunity, but I'm very disappointed that anybody, black or white, would say this was a race thing. This is an individual who just didn't get it, and other individuals that are black, because for every Dwayne Haskins, there's a Ryan Leaf, and for every Jamarcus Russell, there's a Todd Marinovich or someone else, or Johnny Manziel who didn't work out. So you got to have a very, very, you know, that's why everybody said when he was drafted at 15 that, whoa, why are we taking him? You know, so you know it was the owner and his infatuation with him, you know, because what's his name didn't want him. Gruden didn't want him. And now you know that Rivera wouldn't have picked him up. So I am very, very passionate about, I do not want to make this a race issue because it's not. It's just one individual who did just not get it.
All right, well, let's take a quick break. Jason Campbell has joined us. When we come back from the break, we're going to get Jason to give his input on the Haskins situation, and we're going to talk about the upcoming game against the Eagles. So don't go away. More Sideline Report when we return.